Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a very cool team with shiny Lucario. Also we're going to have Gliscor and Gligar in the back. We're also going to have a lot of different options how you can play this team. There are some very nice substitutes for this team as well. If you're missing, for example, the Shadow Gligar, you can also use in the back something like the Pidgeot or something like the Charizard. For the lead, you can also use any other kind of fighter, but Lucario is a cool one. You're going to see it in today's video as well, as you're going to be able to hit an Earthquake against a Toxapex here with our Gliscor, going to be able to realign, and we're going to now have still the Night Slash as an option here, and we're gonna get the boost. Gliscor as well as Gligar are very cool core breakers in the current meta as well, and Lucario, of course, is just a lot of fun to play. So let's take a look here. This Night Slash is gonna go into a Scrafty, but they will not escape our bats here. We're going to still have our Gligar in the back, and this Gligar will be able to easily take a move, and we're just gonna go for the Night Slash spam here at this point of time. As we already had the opponent fairly low before, we can go for another Night Slash here. The opponent going to most likely let this move go through as well. No, they're actually going to shield it. Okay, we're going to let this move go through, and we're just going to hope and pray that our Lucario is all we need here, and we're gonna go for even a Power Punch here just to get more counter damage. Counter is double resisted from a Golbat, but as you're going to see here right now, we will be able to still do some pretty decent damage as they're especially Shadow. They're gonna go for the bait, it doesn't help them, as one more Power Punch would have been enough, but the opponent decides to forfeit. So, let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to have the Lucario into a Surf Edge. Of course, we're going to have to swap out immediately here into our Gliscor. So, we're going to now get out a Steelix. I'm going to go for the bait first. Most likely they're going to let this move go through, and they're actually going to shield this move. That's very nice for me, as I'm going to be able to survive the next move here as well. Psychic Fang is coming through, I can go for another fast move, and this Earthquake now would knock them out, but they're going to use another shield against me, allowing me to have a double shield advantage here right now. And also, their Surf Edge doesn't really matter too much if my Lucario gonna get enough energy here. But I have to be careful because they might want to swap in their Surf Edge here when I'm debuffed. And this is exactly what they're going to do here right now. Should have most likely went for the Shadow Ball instead, but like this we can go ahead and go into our Gligar, shield up the move, it's going to be the Leaf Blade, and we can hopefully farm down. No, they can still get to another charge move. This can be very scary here, but let's see what they're going to have in the back. It's going to be, we will see, it's going to be, we will see the Wormadam. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to go for the Night Slash first because I have to definitely get to a dig still, but no, I'm going to go for the Night Slash spam here right now, trying to go for the Shadow Ball later with my Lucario, just trying to get some time off the clock. The opponent decided to wait there, thinking that I would swap out. I did swap out, but I expected the opponent to swap out as well, so Shadow Ball is hitting that Wormadam, and it is going to be a good game. So, next opponent, Quagsire, again a very bad lead. By the way, with this team, I actually started having a 6-game win streak. First 6 games I played, all wins, which was really nice to see, as this team is of course a little bit spicier. We're going to have a very little bulk on this team. We have 2 Shadow Pokemon and a Lucario on the team. So yeah, it's definitely a fun team to use, as we're sadly going to encounter here a Pokemon that I don't really like to face with this team. It's going to be the Mandibuzz, and Mandibuzz is going to be a problem, but Gliscor decided to go ahead and go for a boost here. You usually are supposed to boost quite often with this team. Of course, you have 2 Night Slash users, which have also Wing Attack as a fast move, which generates energy very fast. So it's going to happen quite often. But honestly, for me, I feel like I didn't really have the best luck with the boost. There were a lot of times games where I literally went for like 10 Night Slashes total in the game, and I didn't get a single boost, so that's always kind of hit or miss. But here we're going to get out the Charizard. This might be a little bit of a tricky matchup here right now, because Night Slash is going to do some pretty decent damage, but of course the opponent going to have the Blast Burn, and Blast Burn going to burn us away. We're going to get the shield here from the opponent again, which is going to be very nice, as now I can let this move go through, and I should be able to go for a charge move with my Lucario in order to knock out the opponent. So we're going to see here that they're going to go for the Blast Burn, so maybe I can actually go ahead and go for the Power Punch instead here to knock them out. Survive a little bit here with a little bit more energy, and gonna get to the Shadow Ball on the CMP tie. A boosted Shadow Ball is a boosted boom, going to be able to knock out the Quagsire and win us this game. Next opponent, this is going to be my brother again. And this time around, we of course gonna get hard countered. If you're already following my channel for longer, I think the last 6 matchups against my brother, he always hard countered in my lead. But this time around, we are not going to bait. I usually always bait, this time around I don't. And the Lunatone will just only see the field for a few seconds before it goes down, as they're going to run a Mechago in the back. This is going to be a little bit of a trickier one, but still, we might have a chance here of getting some shields maybe, because Night Slash is coming through fairly fast. And are we gonna get the shield already? And we're going to be able to get to another charge move here against the opponent's Mechago. And it's going to be very nice, as we're gonna get them super low. Lucario comes back in, they're going to swap out, and I'm going to try to get to a Shadow Ball here, just to get some ship and maybe farm down later on, or get the final shield. And that's exactly what I'm gonna get here. You're gonna get the final shield from the opponent here, as I can go for the Night Slash with my next bet here. The Gligar is a core breaker for his team, as well as of course the Gliscor prior. So this is something that they definitely don't want to see. And of course, it is my brother. I have to do it. Like, I have to redo it. I have to go for a 2-shield flex here right now. I am not going to use any shield, and we even get the boost with the Gligar completely unnecessary, because we're going to win this game no matter what. They're gonna go for the Rock Tomb just to troll a little bit, but one more fast move of the Lucario is all we need. And we got a 2-shield win there with a lost lead as well, which is amazing. Now we're going to be able to win a lead, but sadly the Charizard coming in here got quite a lot of energy before, so I'm forced to shield this move up. But as you're going to see, they're going to go for the bait. Great play by the opponent here. Night Slash is going to come through, but most likely, oh actually they're going to let this move go through. This is going to be interesting, as they can go for another charge move here. I bet this is only the Dragon Claw. I thought it was they needed one more fast move, but I wasn't sure, so I rather decided to shield. And now we're going to be able to go for Night Slash against the opponent here. I'm going to be able to get the shield from the opponent as well, and I have to go for another one. I wouldn't have got to the Earthquake as far as I can see it, and I can try to swap out here, but I get both shields from the opponent, and I'm forced to go for the Power Punch here. Yes, I know it doesn't knock them out, but you see already, they have the move stored, and so at least I'm going to be able to get the most amount of damage onto the opponent's Empoleon, and now it's all on Gligar. Can Gligar win us this game here? It's going to be against its bigger brother, and this is going to be an interesting one here right now. As the Gligar going to go for one Night Slash, we're going to also have to take a Night Slash from the opponent, and I wasn't sure if another Night Slash is going to knock them out immediately, so I decided to catch the move. And like this, we're going to have a great scenario for us here, as they can overfarm by a lot, needing now only one more fast move to get to the Night Slash. I know that they're going to be able to survive a fast move from the opponent's Empoleon, and this is all we needed to knock out the opponent's Empoleon here as well with our Gligar and win us this game. So let's take a look at the next opponent. That one lead is actually a little bit worse than you might expect, because their fast move is also super effective. So we're going to have to shield this move up here from the opponent, Body Slam coming through, and we're going to see the Mandibuzz coming in. And this was a game where I was completely tired, and you see already it was I think at like 3 AM at night. And you see, this is why you shouldn't play at 3 AM at night. If I swapped out immediately into my Gligar here, or like Gliscor, both are totally fine. I would have had way better of a chance here of winning this game still, because I now gave the opponent so much energy against my Lucario. That's going to be a little bit tough. I thought at this point of time usually that I can just go ahead and try to save my last shield for my Lucario, try to go for some counters and try to maybe sweep them endgame with like Power Punch. But it's a little bit tricky. We're going to be able to go ahead and go into the Gligar, which I shouldn't have done most likely. I think it might have been just one counter plus Power Punch, which is all I would have needed here. But I'm still gonna go for the Power Punch against the opponent. And at this point of time, I screw up the game quite a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and go for one fast move, but the opponent already has too much energy left. So at this point of time, we're gonna go down from this area. No, actually not, but I'm gonna go for the, instead for the Power Punch, I go for the Shadow Ball, which is a silly move, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because they're going to have the Tox attacks in the back, which is going to be not able for us to do anything against it. Like, honestly, there was nothing we can do. But yeah, next opponent, the Quagsire again in the lead. I'm actually fairly certain that you might be able to win this game here as a Lucario against the Shadow variant if you just go for Power Punch, because Power Punch is going to allow you to just boost up your attack, and you saw already how much damage the counter does here. But also, the cool thing about Lucario is we will be able to go for another Shadow Ball against the opponent here, and we're gonna be able to get both shields from the opponent, Golbat, and they're gonna go for the Poison Fang, so I can even still survive, save my Gliscor up now here for the opponent's Golbat. This will be able to now get to another Night Slash, and we're gonna get some damage onto them. But honestly, I most likely should overfarm by a little bit more against the Golbat at this point of time. The opponent gonna swap out into the Quagsire. I'm fairly certain that this is just a Mud Bomb. It was just a Mud Bomb, which is really decent for us. But honestly, this Mud Bomb did way more damage than I expected. It's double resisted, but still did so much damage against us. But we're gonna be able to get a ton of energy against the opponent. And in comes now the Golbat again, allowing us to knock them out with a one more Night Slash, and they must be weak to Gliscor on the back here, right? No, it's actually not. It's going to be the Charizard. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I will be able to do some damage with the Night Slash here, but I have to swap out now into my Gligar to do some more damage against the opponent here, as this is going to be a Blast Burn, going to completely destroy me, but I can go ahead and go into my Lucario, and I will be able to farm them down there. Also, fun fact, Lucario beats basically every Pokemon for CMP in this meta right now. Not sure about Surfetch'd. Surfetch'd is also a Pokemon with a lot of attack, but for example Charizard, the Machamp, all of those Pokemon, I think you're going to be fine with the Lucario winning CMP against it. Here we're gonna go for a very risky bait with our Gliscor. We're gonna get the shield from the opponent luckily, but also the Earthquake is coming through right now, and most likely gonna get the final shield of the opponent. So we had 2 shields up, which is going to be amazing for us. But I'm going to make a very questionable play. I'm calling the bait here, and I was wrong. And like this, it's an entire team against a Gligar with 2 shields. At least we're going to be able to get out the Toxar picks right now, which is going to be very decent for us. But as you might see already, this can be a little bit tricky, right? So we can go for one Dig, but you know already Dig is not the best move, and we are forced to go for another charge move here so we can at least keep our shield alive. And yeah, it is not looking too good. I would really appreciate buff, by the way, at this point of time here, but the Weezing is coming back in here, and we're kind of forced to shield this move up. It's only going to be the Brutal Swing, I think, and now in comes the Machamp. Can we go for the Dig in time? We cannot. They can go for their own charge move. It's going to be the Cross Chop, and I have to go straight for it. And maybe one more fast move would have been able to go through here before I could knock them out, but no, actually no, I don't think there was a way for me to win this game. I think this is already counter range for me. But sadly, I'm going to be able to lose CMP here at the end, but nearly Gligar was able to destroy an entire team there, which was kind of funny. We're going to have, you know, against us Manabus again, with the Air Slash as a fast move now, which is really bad for us. But at least we're going to be able to get some damage onto them already, as they're going to swap out into the Pidgeot, and I should have swapped out earlier. But the fast move of Pidgeot confused me so much, to be fair. It is, of course, the Gust here for whatever reason, that I was kind of frozen in place, which is not really what you kind of want to do here, but at least I'm going to be able to get a shield from the opponent. And that's not all, I'm going to be able to even get to another charge move here, and I should be able to already have a move start here on my Lucario, so even if they're going to knock me out here, one more Power Punch is all we need to knock out the opponent's Pidgeot, and like this, we're still going to be able to have a fairly okay scenario for us, especially as they go back into the Manabus. And you know already, Lucario is our best Manabus answer here right now, as they're going to let the move go through, they're going to swap out into the double. Can Gligar now finish up this game is the question. Gligar is going to be able to get very fast to the charge moves, but I'm going to, of course, try to bait the potential of Dig here. So I'm going to get at least an extra fast move in here, which is really nice for me. But Gligar really has to try to step up the game here and try to win this game with some Night Slash spam. And we're gonna get the shield already. But at this point of time, I'm kind of scared that I kind of need a little bit more energy here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Night Slash instead of the Dig and hope that I can farm down afterwards. And it turns out I might be able to, but they're going to swap out into the Manabus first. And now it just depends if I can get to my charge move in time or farm down in time. I can get to my charge move. And this is all we need, as Gligar going to be able to sweep another team here. And we can move on into the next game. Lucario against Credilli. Very nice matchup for us. Very good for us, but what is not really that good for us is the Jellicent matchup. I was a little bit late, but also, note here, they're running Bubble. This is something that you rarely see on the Jellicent. But we are going to be able to shield up the Surf from the opponent, and this is going to now hopefully be able to go for Night Slash here. This is going to now hopefully knock them out. But no, they're going to shield this move up, and it's going to be even worse because I'm going to shield up the move from the opponent. And because I was so late at swapping out, they're gonna get to another move. And I just needed one more fast move here in order to get to my own one. And at this point of time, I'm going to try to go for the CMP type Power Punch in order to hopefully still do something here. It's going to come through, and we're going to get out a Charizard. I have to bait here. It's going to be a Power Punch, of course, as the Shadow Ball would knock them out. And it's going to be a little bit of a tough one because I have to try to get into a position now that Lucario gets to a Shadow Ball. One Shadow Ball is all we need to win this game here, so I cannot knock out the opponent with my Gligar. I can go for 2 charge moves here, but I have to overfarm afterwards and leave the opponent at perfect range that 3 counters gonna go through and give me the energy to go for the Shadow Ball on time because you win CMP for sure. And that's why you don't see me throw a charge move here yet. And I'm going to let this go through, and I think that's a perfect range for me. And yes, we're gonna get to the Shadow Ball, and that's all we need. And I get a 1-turn lag that allows the opponent to go for a charge move and knock us out. This is how the game works right now. It is really sad to see, but yeah, I still hope you enjoyed this video. I should have won the last battle if Niantic gave me the opportunity to throw my charge move. But yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.